How's it going, everyone? Got a bunch of PlayStation updates to talk about in this video. We've got more PlayStation 5 Pro updates for those of you excited about the console and for those of you that might be looking to upgrade your PS5. I know for some of you guys, you're not into the whole Pro thing and the whole mid-gen console refresh, but I'm sure it's going to have a lot of attention, especially if it drops by the end of the year. So we'll talk about that. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to ask you guys, please like this video and do leave a comment with your thoughts. It really does help out the channel a lot, and it is much appreciated. Insider Gaming Tom Henderson has a bunch of leaks, more leaks I should say, on the PlayStation 5 Pro and details on that. Now, system memory, standard PS5 is noted to be 448 gigabytes per second, PlayStation 5 Pro 576 gigabytes per second. A 28% increase over the standard console. Also outlined is that the PlayStation 5 Pro system memory is more efficient than the standard console, so the bandwidth gain may increase by over 28%. The CPU is identical to the standard PS5, however, the Pro has a high CPU frequency mode, which takes the CPU to 3.85 GHz, seemingly a turbo mode, so to speak, a 10% increase over the standard console in high CPU frequency mode. More power is allocated to the CPU and will downclock the GPU by around 1.5%, resulting in roughly 1% lower GPU performance. But if you're getting a sizable CPU performance increase, that is going to be worthwhile. Audio, the ACV in the PlayStation 5 Pro runs at higher clock speed over the standard PS5, resulting in the ACM library having 35% more performance, more convolution, reverbs can be processed, and more FFT or IFFT can be processed as well. GPU previously revealed rendering 45% faster than the PS5, 2 to 3 times ray tracing, X4 in some cases. We have 33.5 teraflops, PSSR. Now this is the upscaling and anti-aliasing solution, PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution upscaling, so that will hopefully really enhance performance while also retaining very good image quality. We'll see how that goes in execution. Support for resolutions up to 8K is planned for future SDK version. Again, do we need to go on me memeing about 8K? If you're thinking at any point we're going to be playing games at 8K 60 FPS, top level games outside of Tetris N64 or something like that. I don't even know if that's a game, to be honest. I'm sure they dropped Tetris on the N64. But yeah, if you're thinking we're going to play top level games at 8K 60 FPS, you're kidding yourself. We're not going to be playing it. What I am hoping for is stuff like FF7 Rebirth. This Pro iteration of the PS5 will help that game's performance mode, because that performance mode, need I say, is an abomination and needs dire help. I know they're gonna update it, but there's situations like that, or maybe helping Gotham Knights, for example, get to 60 frames per second. I don't know. I feel like Gotham Knights should have been 60 FPS regardless, but I digress. Hopefully, the PS5 Pro can help in situations like that. Or a game like Plague Tale Requiem. I believe Requiem didn't have a 60 FPS component right out the gate. Hopefully, with the PS5 Pro, you won't have issues like that, and it'll be easier to get some of those performance modes working fairly well right out the gate. Custom machine learning architecture, AI accelerators, supporting up to 8-bit computation, 67 teraflops of 16-bit floating point. In addition, 30 WGPs running specialized BVH8 transversal shaders versus 18 WGPs running BVH4 transversal shaders on the standard PS5. It's also understood that as a means to make the PS5 Pro as competitive as possible, it will have a detachable disk drive, which will be identical to the latest iteration of the standard PS5 and 1 terabyte of storage space. I imagine the word competitive meaning from a price point standpoint, I don't know. They do note that's not my phrasing, as in Tom Henderson's phrasing, and rather that's phrasing directly from the inside. So take that for what you will. If you guys remember when the PS4 Pro came out, it's not like that was a significant leap and you didn't really need to pick it up over the PlayStation 4. Remember that even if the PlayStation 5 Pro is a significant hardware improvement, at the end of the day, the games will have to run on the PlayStation 5 base console as well. There was never a game on the PS4 Pro that was PS4 Pro exclusive. Remember how they did the 3DS and then the new 3DS, and then there were a few games that were new 3DS exclusive? I want to say like the Xenoblade Chronicles 3DS port was a new 3DS exclusive. That was never the case with the PS4 Pro. The games still have to be on the PS5, much like with the Xbox One X. the games still have to be on the 1S, and there's always an argument on whether that is a limiter for the console having that lower end model. But at the end of the day, it's not like the PlayStation 5 is a next generation console. It's a mid-gen refresh that if you have a PS5 and you're an enthusiast and you pick up everything that comes out, and I do know for our audience, we definitely cater to that kind of audience, that's going to be something that they want to look at. But bear in mind as well, we are already in the fall of 2024. At least by the time this console is going to be picking up. We're 4 years into this generation. Do you want to pick up the PS5 Pro right out the gate? If you're the type of person that picks up the PS5 Pro, you're probably also going to pick up the PlayStation 6 when it comes out in 2028, so you're going to get a 4-year window out of the PS5 Pro that you can utilize. And I mean, that's a reasonable amount of time, and if it's going to give you much better performance and better visual experiences out of your game, I can understand. Like, let's just say the PS5 Pro would come out, and let's say the PS5 Pro could run Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in, like, its graphics setting at 60 FPS. If that was the case, oh, I'd be buying a PS5 Pro all day long. Like, a $500 investment or whatever it is, I'd be buying a PS5 Pro all day long if that was the case. You're talking about I get to retain the visuals of an FF7 Rebirth and then also play the game at 60 FPS. That would be up my alley. That's value to me, but is that value for you? That is something that you are going to have to ultimately decide, and then it's going to be up to each individual game to accentuate the additional power of the PlayStation 5 Pro as well. It's not like every game it's going to be a one-to-one transfer of being optimized to the best of its ability. When you have more platforms to optimize for and more hardware configurations to optimize for, the lesser the optimization is just going to be. That's just a natural way that things occur. And they are going to prioritize making sure that the console with the largest install base, that being the base PlayStation 5, that is the priority. But ultimately, we'll see how it goes for each individual developer and how they can accentuate the PS5 Pro. I'm excited for it in the sense that, again, we are seeing there are limitations with the PlayStation 5, and that was always going to be the case. You're talking about a $400 box if you got the digital-only console. It's going to have its limitations, and expecting it to run games in 2025, 2026 at 4K 60 FPS, that was never just going to be the case. I hope that we don't get many instances of FF7 Rebirth, and man, I can't crap on that performance mode enough. That performance mode is absolute dog water. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm making too big of a deal out of it, but it looks so terrible that I think it's like quite great that that game came out and I witnessed that awful performance mode, that I'm like, baby, let's go. PS5 Pro, if it's going to help in situations like that, I'm all aboard on that. And then we have had instances like Final Fantasy XVI's performance mode also leaving a lot to be desired. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. I am curious what the price point of this is gonna be. I would imagine it's gonna be $500, maybe $550. I think if you go $600, that's just a little bit too much, but $550 is just a weird price point to also fall at. But we'll see how that turns out. I don't think price point for a Pro console really matters that much, in the sense that it's always gonna be an enthusiast-centric console, and if that competitive verbiage is based on the price point, I don't think it's as big of a worry when you're talking about a Pro console. Like, you still have the base PlayStation 5, and I imagine that's where the heavy promotion is still gonna lie in. Like, when you talk about, you know, holiday deals and the holiday promotion, I think it's still going to be centered around the base console rather than the Pro. Maybe I'm wrong about that, we'll see. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.